Good morning students, I am back again with another session of Science Chapter 2. Today we are going to summarize the chapter. We have completed the chapter in the previous session, so today we are just going to summarize the entire chapter and go through what we have already learned. Okay, so yeah, alright. So let's look at the first point, some of the points what we have summarized here. First point, a leaf has various parts. So what are the various parts of the leaf? Do you remember? The midrib, the side veins, the stomata, leaf apex and leaf plate. Remember the diagram that we had drawn? What are the 5 parts? Come on, repeat with me. The midrib, the side vein, the leaf apex, leaf plate and stomata. Stomata is present on the underside of the leaf, right? Let's look at the next point. Next point is the equation for photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? It is the process by which green plants make their own food. It is the process by which green plants make their own food. That is called photosynthesis. Now what all do the plants need to make their own food? They take carbon dioxide from the air, okay, water from the soil. They absorb sunlight or sun's energy in the daytime and prepare their food, that is glucose, which is stored in their body, right? And they give out oxygen, They take in carbon dioxide from the air, water from the soil, absorb the sunlight during the daytime and prepare their food, which is known as glucose. It is stored in the body in the form of glucose and they give out oxygen. Also we studied that this food is transferred throughout the body of the plant with the help of side veins and the stem. Remember that? Now let's move on to the third point. The third point is we eat leaves of plants like spinach, lettuce, etc. Now remember I taught you that how the extra food of the plant is stored and it's converted into food for us, and that extra food is actually what we eat, right? Sometimes it is also stored in the form of fruits like pomegranate. Pomegranate is a fruit, okay? So that is the extra food that was converted into a fruit and we eat it. So similarly, there are certain plants whose leaves also we consume. These are spinach, lettuce, etc. Alright. Next, example of non-green plants, mushroom, bracket fungi, right? Next, example of insectivorous plants, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, etc. So these are the unusual plants. We studied about unusual plants. Yes, unusual plants are the plants that are different from the green plants. So now understand this. Non-green plants. Non-green plants are the plants which do not contain chlorophyll. That they do not contain chlorophyll and they depend on the dead and decaying matter of plants and animals for their food. जो already plants and animals मर चुके हैं, उनका जो organic matter है जो soil में पूरा absorb हो गया है, वो उस पर depend करते हैं for their food. Next, example of insectivorous plants. Example of insectivorous plants is pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. What do these plants do? ये क्या करते हैं? ये insect को attract करते हैं, capture करते हैं और kill करते हैं and they eat up the insect. Next, plants and animals are interdependent. Hence, it is important to protect both. So, as we studied that plants and animals are interdependent on each other. Plants give out oxygen, right, which is taken in by the animals. Animals give out carbon dioxide, which is used by the plants to make their food during photosynthesis. Correct? Another way in which plants are dependent on animals is that because animals do seed dispersion and help in pollination. जो भी animals है, suppose there is a monkey will eat a fruit and throw away the seed. Now that seed, if it gets the right condition, it will grow into a new plant, right? So this is the way animals help in pollination and seed dispersal. So plants are dependent on animals for this also. And animals are dependent on plants for their shelter, for oxygen, because they need oxygen to breathe. They are dependent on the plants for food. Animals, like for example monkey, again monkey is eating the fruits from the trees. It is living on the trees. The birds are living on the trees. Squirrels are living in the trees. So all these animals are dependent on the plants, right? For food, oxygen, shelter, etc. So it is quite clear that these both plants and animals are interdependent on each other. So it is important that we maintain a balance in the ecosystem, and we keep a check so that there is no sudden increase or decrease in the number of plants or animals, right? This will help us maintain the balance of earth. What are the certain activities that causes imbalance? Cutting of trees, right? जब हम ट्रीज कट करते हैं तो उससे क्या होता है, उससे ये इम्बैलेंस क्रिएट होता है, बिकॉज ऑक्सीजन रिड्यूस होगी तो फिर ये इम्बैलेंस क्रिएट हो गया. और हंटिंग ऑफ एनिमल्स से भी ये इम्बैलेंस क्रिएट होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर हम हंट करेंगे तो फिर एनिमल्स डिक्रीज हो रहे हैं यानी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड डिक्रीज हो रहा है, यानी अगेन प्लांट्स को इनफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड नहीं मिलेगा फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए, राइट? सो it is very important to take care of both plants and animals. How will we take care? The last point that we studied, by creating national parks, wildlife reserves, etc., by protecting the trees, by growing more trees, by prohibiting hunting of certain animals for their horns, skin, etc. So these are the things that we have covered in this chapter. I request you to go through the chapter again and understand it thoroughly. Thank you so much.